Hello YouTube, and it's been a while, but I'm trying again at doing a bit of chit chat while painting, and today I'm going to be busy painting two of those epic whirlwinds for Future War Commander for my Emperor's Children force while I'm talking a bit. One is going to be done in hex purple with gold details for the old style pre-heresy color scheme. The other one I'm going to base around shocking pink, which is the Code Arms equivalent of the old tentacle pink of Games Workshop, so already did a bit. Both models have been dry brushed with a bit of sky grey as an undercoat over a normal black undercoat, so first black, then some sky grey. Now I wish I could tell you some great stories about yesterday, well Friday, because we're Sunday now, yes, because Formula 1 earlier today, in which Stoffel van Doorn, the Belgian driver, finally got his first point, even though he almost screwed it up during a pit stop. But now he's no longer on the likes of a Jolyon Palmer or a Magnus Eriksson. But as I said, I wish I could talk a bit about great things happening at the club, but I didn't go this weekend. So I'm going to go next Friday and play my first game since coming back. It's going to be Age of Sigmar multiplayer. I'm gonna chip in my 1000 points of Order, which is basically a mix of Empire with a few Dark Elves tossed in to get to the points. Mostly to understand the rules. Well, I understand them because they're really simple, but it always is a difference when you actually played something, so that's why I'm going to go there. This is about the main event coming this week, so I wonder how they do. Now on my painting table itself, I've got these whirlwinds to do. I also got an old Imperial Lancer. That's one of the very old models. It's the one who looks the most chaotically with the beaky head. Got a few more epic dreadnoughts and marines ready. And a Tut gun, because it's going to be my forward artillery observer model for Future War Commander for my Emperor's Children force. Also got a few detachments ready. Well, detachments is just how I call them, because it's just a few bases I'm going to paint in a different color. One will be a Night Lord group and one a Word Bearer. Now, if you also follow my blog, you will have read that I've got the great idea of painting up both in 40k and in Future War Commander, my main force of Slanishi Marines, so Emperor's Children Legion, but to have just some differences in painting colors, so you don't have to be painting purples and pinks every day. Especially since I'm also going to start this Slanishi Warhammer army again. Never did it in my first career, to call it like that, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this time. Everything's gonna be pink and purple in the world. But just to have some, well, variation in painting schedules, because you know how it goes. You get a box of Chaos Space Marines, which are lined up here. I undercoated them during the Grand Prix this afternoon. So that means I can start painting them later this week. And hopefully finish them in like 1 or 2 weeks when the new codex comes out. But you get a bunch of Marines, you buy a big lot on eBay for a cheap price, you got some more Marines, and then some more Marines, and before you know it, you got really a trainload of Chaos Space Marines, and they're all purple, and in the end, except for perhaps taking out one of their heavy weapons because you want some variation in your standard unit, they just stand there in the closet. It's a lesson I learned, well, before I went on a brief 5-year Lego break from wargaming. Which reminds me, one of these times in the chat video I'll tell you the exact reasons why I ran away screaming from the Lego hobby. But with a bit of difference in legions, I'm going to do well, it's just going to be like 1000 points or something, but I'll focus on something else. Like I like the Alpha Legion color scheme. I like the fluff of the Night Hunters and their talons and units with their big horned helmets with the red bat wings on it. It just looks cool. And I always adored the Word Bearers, especially the pre-heresy color scheme, the reds without being corn. So there relies on a lot of demons and cultists more than marines, so that's fun stuff to do in between. So it will be small armies, they will be like 1,000 points, but it will help making it look a bit better. Just variate the paint schemes, try out some thingies on them. So that's for starters the deep hexed purple on the first whirlwind. So when this is dry, I'm gonna fill in the color, like the bolters with metal and the tubing with gold and the tracks and everything. And then I am going to, it's a discovery my nemesis told me, the quick shade. I'm using purple ink, of course, because I'm mostly painting purples and pinks these days. Same goes on the pink one, by the way, even though it's gonna have larger parts of black, which I'll then highlight afterwards and everything. Now on epic scale I don't dry brush it afterwards. It's good like it comes from the ink. I know on the bigger models, like the warp talons, you'll see them, I have to shake this one a bit better. It's too thin. Yeah, I always put a bit of thinner in my paints when I stop painting. Don't ask me why instead of when I start, but prevent dry out and everything. But it's a product my nemesis taught me, which is actually my best mate, and he plays Erbil, I play Slanish. We're a team often when there are team events. And it's something that works really great, especially for these small 6mm infantry models and such. The big ones like the warp talons I was saying, which will be appearing on my channel somewhere this week. I actually taped it before I started making this video, but well, didn't get around to posting it yet, so that'll be later this week. You'll have to dry brush. So what I do on them is paint the base colors on everything, put over the ink. Well, mostly on the purple parts, then dry brush the pink, and then do the rest of the paintworks. So it takes a bit of more time. It's the same method I'm going to use on the Chaos Space Marine squad I got here. So now this week is also going to be a very fun week in new additions to the hobby. Got a date with someone from the club on Wednesday. He's selling me second-hand his Dux Bellorum books because I'm going to be playing in the club campaign. I don't have high hopes. Well, benefit is I'm a vassal of something, someone I know for 20 years, so that's okay. Not too much intrigue from the starters. I'm gonna be the loyal servant for once instead of the backstabbing Grima. For every Saruman there needs to be a Grima, but I'm not going to be Grima this time. Let others fight it out, and I'll just be there when my lord needs me. But then I got also on Friday, Albert, so he's our resident dwarf player. He's bringing along a few blisters of epic he still has lying around. Two of the Slanishi Titans, the Subjugator, and I don't know for sure which one. I thought it was a Hellhounds. He also showed me. He just showed me a picture on Facebook. So I'm buying those over from him, as well as 5 basic rhinos for my legion. Perhaps I'll add a spiky bit left or right, but they're 6mm, so painting them a bright pink, and everybody knows they're not loyalist marines. So that's nice. And I also got my nemesis, who's made an order with I believe it's called Firestar Games or something. I never use them because I usually shop with Wayland Games. This is not a commercial, by the way. It's just, well, one I knew from before and still in business, and I still use it. So in which a box of cultists will be waiting for me, as well as 2 boxes of the older Space Marines who came with 3 in a set, because they will serve as the crew for my upcoming quad bolters. The Rapier quad bolter is in the Forge World book, and I must say I find it for 86 points at 12 AP, strength 5, AP minus 1 shots. Just basically the best unit Chaos at the moment has in its disposal to cope with all those Imperial Guard and Tau Guardsmen and Orc boys and, you know, all the cheap shite. Watch the language there, Tom. who'll just wither your small units away by sheer amount of firepower. So when looking, my two prime candidates for this are, well, you got the Rhino trick I told about in the previous movie I did when I was painting. But my prime candidates are the Sicarin and basic Sicarin with the twin auto cannon and heavy bolter sponsons, and then the Rapier. Lots of cheap firepower, so that should serve greatly to annoy Imperial players and everything. Well, like I said, I still haven't played the game, and the codex is going to be out, and it might be that in 2 weeks time or something I'm thinking something completely different. Yeah, I believe this 12 it comes out. Pre-order start the 5th, so we'll see where that goes. Now, what was I saying? Oh yes. Another thing I wanted to say is because that I'm going to start is like a board game. I'm not gonna call it a club, but a board game night. Talked about it with my girlfriend here at home, because we got a lady friend who also likes playing board games. Doesn't have a group or a place to go play it, and so it all started a bit silly when I found in a toy store last weekend in Holland, second-hand toy store for a charity, the Hobbit game. I'll show it. It's up there in the closet. Wait, where the hell I'll go? See, it's lying up there. The Hobbit game from 999 Games at a discount. It was only €9, and it's complete. Well, complete. Might miss maybe one cardboard counter or like a gemstone, which you can't see because it's a bag with all the loose pieces in it, like playing pieces and counters and everything. But it has all the big stuff like the gaming board, the scoreboards, all those kind of things. So it's a start. I'm really interested in the Elfenland holiday edition. Well, it's a special edition which combines all the expansions and such into one. So I'll probably get that one, the old Game of Thrones game. I found that great fun, as well as Arkham Horror or something like the modern zombie side. Because then you got pop culture inspired games, which is simpler to, well, put the ladies in the correct, well, setting. They know The Walking Dead, but I am not going to explain them about some fictional world from some fictional game to play a board game where I'll be doing well, I can't call it product placement, but setting placement for the first hour, so I'm too lazy for that. Now, as you can see now, I got two base colored, get here bugger, okay, two base colored, flashy pink, and puff, there they go. You didn't see that live on video, but I'm going to re-glue them in a moment then. Silly me. So this is going to be live as well. Great accident. Well, it's 6mm. Just let me get my super glue. I'm always glad when it happens when some with at a moment like this and not when everything is painted and split apart, and so we'll just grab some glue. Nothing happened. There's still some pink on this base, so that's from this guy. Some good super glue on that. There he goes again on his face. Up. Leave him dry for a while. And some super glue for this guy. So you see, people, on every channel in YouTube you have the chance to make life, create personal dramas. It's like reality TV, only way less dramatic. Trust me, I know people who actually started crying when they drop a miniature. Like an undercoated miniature or something, or go like in a total rage tantrum. I saw it in my hobby years ago, so before the break. Can't say from now because I haven't been doing that much. But well, look, they still survived. They're fixed, whatever you want to. That's about... oh yeah, I was talking about a board game, so I also expect my nemesis to probably drop by and play a few games. We'll see where that goes. It's not like I'm the uber great board gamer or anything, but that's about it for this time. I'll probably do some coloring on the Night Lancer as well today. But now I'm going to order pizza. Cream cheese, great. Got a pizza place next door. Pizza, it's like no tomato bottom, but a creamy cheese bottom. Barbecue chicken pieces on it. Onions, of course, onions. Some more melted cheese. I just adore that pizza. So that's it. See you next time. Cheers!